Now I know we all want some rain, but hey, we can use some sunshine every once in a while. Lots of blue sky out there. Seeing some fair weather cumulus clouds in the sky, and you'll notice they don't have much vertical extent to them, so we don't have a lot of instability across southeast Nebraska. So I don't anticipate over the next several hours we'll see storms in Lincoln. But we did have some storms last night. We anticipated them to be west of Lincoln, and that's exactly what happened. Here is the radar loop since 10 o'clock last night, lasting through 1 o'clock this afternoon, and you can see mainly along the central part of the state, really along U.S. Highway 183. That's where we had most of the rainfall. Now, we're showing you a radar estimated rainfall totals over the last 24 hours, and the catch here is there was some hail with these thunderstorms, so I think that these estimates are actually overestimates. But anyways, you can see where all the rain fell last night. You can see it really paralleling Highway 183. You can see some offspring from these thunderstorms shooting off towards the east, out towards Hastings, even some out towards Grand Island. So the thing was, we had quite a bit of rainfall. We had a couple flood advisories. We had a flood advisory for southeast Custer County. We also had one for Harlan County as well. We also had some hail with these storms. Now in Hastings, we had a severe thunderstorm warning earlier this morning. We had golf ball size hail out in Hastings, even out towards Elk Creek in Phelps County. We had an inch diameter hail reports, and there were several small hail reports as well. So the reason why I'm talking about all this is because we could have a repeat of this tonight, because the setup is just so darn similar tonight from what we saw last night. So here's the bottom line, what we had from last night's storm. Just a narrow corridor of heavy rain, and in that narrow corridor we saw anywhere from about 1 to 4 inches of rain. But because it was such a narrow corridor, the majority of everybody saw no rain at all, and the fact of the matter was we still had enough instability in the atmosphere where we had some isolated pockets of large hail as well, and this is going to be something we're going to be watching later on tonight. So here's the thing, what's driving these thunderstorms is something called the low-level jet. We had this in play last night, and it's going to be in play again tonight. This often develops as we go in towards the nighttime hours, helps fuel thunderstorms. It also helps them intensify, and you'll notice the low-level jet is mainly west of Lincoln. You notice these wind particles and these colorations are not over southeast Nebraska, so I anticipate tonight we're going to see most of the storm activity over the western part of the state as well. Let's talk Stormcast. It started up 6 p.m. You notice not much on satellite and radar perspective. That's pretty much consistent with what we're seeing right now. But as we get past midnight, as the low-level jet is ramping up, we'll see some storms firing. You'll notice in this particular run of Stormcast along and east of Highway 183, perhaps out towards the Tri-Cities. And I'll be honest, this is the most aggressive run of Stormcast that I have seen. Some models want to do less in terms of the coverage of the storms. So we're going to keep an eye on this anyways. Just know that it's possible we could see a narrow corridor of heavy rain tonight, perhaps some hail intersprinkled within these. Now as we go in towards tomorrow morning, Stormcast is showing the potential for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms for Lincoln. I think that is possible, and as we get in towards tomorrow afternoon, it's possible we may see some scattered storms as well. 87 degrees right now in Lincoln, 85 in Beatrice, 84 degrees the current temperature in York. You might notice outside it's a little bit more humid today. As we go into over the next several days, humidity is just going to keep on climbing and ain't going to feel all that great, especially as we get towards the end of the week. 64 degrees tonight, mostly clear, perhaps some isolated storms out west, maybe a storm closer to Lincoln by morning. As we go in towards tomorrow afternoon, 87 degrees, partly cloudy, perhaps an isolated storm by the late afternoon and evening, a southeast wind 12 to 17 miles per hour. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. We're in the upper 80s, I should say, on Tuesday. Isolated storm chance once again. We'll dry things out as we go in towards Wednesday, 88 degrees. On Thursday, then our next storm system. I'm going to walk in front of the camera. I'm getting there. I wasn't fast enough. And then as we go into Thursday, perhaps even into Friday, it looks like that is our next best chance for rain.
Malcolm, you probably just look like all the kids tomorrow when they're running to that bus stop because first day of school.
You know, when I went to school, I was always running to the bus. I was always running late.
Backpack on and everything. We used to call that the backpack run when I was in school.
And you got to cinch it up too so it doesn't like sling around on your back.
And for whatever reason, that was like the most embarrassing thing ever. Not like all the other kids are doing it too.
Hey, you got to get your exercise.
Yeah, there you go. Keeps you fit, right?